galactic civil war spreads across the sun. From the heights of Coruscant to fiery Mustafar, to fight the evil empire, for people join the fray. These are the heroes of the Hydeian Way.
Welcome to Heroes of the Hydeian Way. This is a Star Wars actual play podcast, and we're playing in Ed Studios' Age of Rebellion system. This is Arc 2, Episode 9 of The Hard Road. And I'm Ben, the GM for this adventure, and I'm using they, them pronouns.
And I'm Joy, and I'm she, her, and I play Kedra Javik, a sharpshooter.
I'm Erica. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Norin Gremian, who goes by they, them, and they are an engineer scientist.
I'm Zach. I use they, them pronouns, and I'll be playing Shin Shazin, who uses he, him pronouns. He's an infiltrator interrogator.
And I'm Henry. I use she, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Isasel An, who uses she, her pronouns, and she's the ship pilot and captain.
And today's Destiny pool is 2 light side and 3 dark side points.
And that's it. We're off today, folks. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Oh, what's an adventure without danger?
I've already been rocket boot kicked towards a ship. Thank you.
It looked cool though, right?
To get to know our characters a bit more, we get one to ask the rest a question. And for today's turn, it is Kedra's turn.
Hello, my dear friends. I do have a question for you. What is your first love? Like, either what is your first thing that you loved and fell in love doing, or like your first person that you fell in love with? I'll go first. The first thing that I fell in love with was sitting by the campfire and just listening to stories of people telling all about old stuff. So fun. Lots of stories, and just watching the stars sparkle in the sky while smelling the roasted meat on the campfire. Oh, my first thing I loved every day to do.
You know, you asked this question, and I was thinking about this last night, actually. So, my first love was actually the storyteller in my village growing up. We got to know each other, and we were getting close. And then the fish incident happened, where the fish landed on my head, and I could not be the cod girl with her. It fell apart. But, you know, young love, what's it there for but to learn?
Yeah, stories are fatty good.
Yeah, well, I would say my first love was my old career, but that'd only be half true. Working there, I got these really cool boots. Oh, these boots are so cool. You know how many things you can fit inside of a boot? Like, while you're wearing it?
Your foot?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Your
foot.
socks?
Yep, that too. You can
A
also
knife?
fit like, yeah, knife. There you go. Now you're thinking. Now you're
Beef
using the
jerky?
noodle. Yeah, I never tried beef jerky.
Oh,
have to try
jerky
beef
is good.
jerky.
Yeah, jerky's good. I don't know what else you would put in your boot.
You never know. I got this neat little combat knife too.
Oh yeah, knife.
Yeah,
What else would you put with it?
you know, stuff. Like, maybe you need some wire for making impromptu fishing rod.
Oh, okay.
Or
Okay.
crank through locks.
Sounds like you really love those boots.
Maybe a finger.
Did you smell the boots?
What? No, I wouldn't. I mean, I could smell them when I got them and they smelled new, but I didn't, like, shove my snout in there.
Okay.
You know what? We're moving. Norin, what about you, Norin? I realized I may have said too much.
I mean,
No, it's okay. He's a spy.
I guess there's so many things that you fall in love with without even realizing it or the concept of love at the time. Like, you know, your family, or just your favorite foods, or just other random small things that make you you. So in an effort to answer this question in the way that I think you mean it, The first time I left my planet and the ship jumped out of real space with the shine of the blue and the white into hyperspace. That just sort of miraculous, like, movement of science and technology and just the sheer shine of the of hyperspace.
That is pretty cool.
Can I change my answer?
I was literally thinking the same thing. No, but yeah, boots are good.
Hyperspace is very good. That is a hard one to beat. Yes, going somewhere far, far away, very fast, very good. Especially if you're running away from something.
I wasn't running away from anything, but okay.
I'm just saying if you were. I wasn't saying you were, but if
What
you
were you
were.
running from, Norin?
Or maybe she was running to something.
A life of obscurity.
Well, I'm so glad she did run because now she's with us.
Yay.
The camera starts off focusing out on a large view of a debris field from a battle in space. We have Republic ships, we have Separatist ships, we have this flock of Minox off in the distance that seem to be circling, and we have a large explorer ship and a slightly smaller transport ship. The transport ship is hovering over a broken wreck of a Separatist destroyer. The destroyer itself doesn't seem to have too much power going. In the front section, it's completely dark, and in the back, you can see a light here and there, but otherwise it looks pretty dark. And as the camera sort of focuses in on that, you can see like sucker marks where Minox have been feasting on exposed power wires. The camera then turns and goes into the bridge of the Codfather, seeing Z carefully stepping along, holding a bowl and handing it to Norn, as Norn's sitting at a console, a hollow from L185 that is looking out over Izazel and Shen, who are exploring through the wreck of the recusant destroyer, as he handing the bowl to Norn as the camera pulls away. The camera then quickly skims through the corridors and into the medical bay of the pod that is attached to the Codfather. We see Kira standing just outside of a Bacta tank in a hospital gown, toweling herself off from bobbing for several hours.
Oh, you should not be bobbing. You still don't want to do that. I don't understand. You need to be better. Oh, why is this gown so small? It's so weird. No, I don't like it. There's a hole in it. I feel a draft. Oh, Kidra, you got to be better. Where do I go? I got to change. Oh, where's my gun? I feel so weird. Where's my stuff?
Your personal items have been taken back to your quarters.
Who said that?
It is I.
Private Eye? Oh.
It is I, M3D1X.
Oh. All right. Well then, I will go back to my get to my stuff. Okay, and don't look. There's a draft. Okay, just don't look.
I shall make mention to our maintenance about the draft.
Yes.
Until
Okay,
then,
bye.
do avoid the draft.
Why was I in there? What happened? I got to go ask Shin. Oh, first, get my gun. Okay. I head to my quarters.
The clothes that you had been wearing are folded on your bunk, and your rifle is sitting on your desk.
Okay. I'm going to close my door, and she's going to get dressed.
At this point, since just outside of the door is the bridge, we'll turn and look to Norin as Z is just handing Norn a bowl of soup. Oh, yes. I was told that you were hungry and would want a meal.
Thank you. Oh, it was probably M3. I told M3 to keep track of meals since sometimes I forget. I'll have to thank them. Thank you for the bowl, Aziz.
Quite welcome. How is it going over there?
All's quiet right now, though Shen had to be given a little boost.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good at all. Hopefully his suit holds.
Not because of any technical difficulties or anything, more of personal difficulties.
Oh, I see. I hope his suit holds.
So do we all.
At this point, I'm wanting to get 2 separate perception rolls. One, I'm wanting to get a perception roll from Norin, and I'm wanting to get a separate perception roll from Isazel and Shen, and Hookman and L1, 8-5.
So, for Norn, by the way, a fun little talent I have situational awareness. Since we're all on working comms, if you're within short range of me in the planetary scale sense, you get 1 boost to your perception or vigilance check, so have fun with that.
Nice.
For Norin, it is going to be a 2 purple check.
Okay.
Is it +1 or is it an upgrade?
For which?
For the
Situational awareness?
yeah, situational awareness.
If it's a boost, it's usually just adding.
Oh, it was a boost.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I misheard that part.
Oh wait, would you consider this short range or close range, the range we're in?
You and I?
I would go with close.
Never mind, that's 2 boosts then.
I mean, either which way, I'd be going with close. Whether we do comms or actual distance, you'd still be close.
Wait, so yellow, purple, blue.
Blue.
2 blue.
2 blue.
And it's just 2
Okay.
purples for all of us? Or?
No, it's going to be different for those of y'all on the destroyer.
1 threat.
I boosted nothing.
Oh my gosh, they both turned up blank.
Leslie is vindicated. Well, technically Chris, but whatever. So for the moment, let's turn our focus to the 2 who are on the destroyer. Okay, over there it is almost pitch black. The only light that you're getting is from your own flashlights. And I'm assuming that they're kind of maglite-ish in very directional, very bright where they hit, but very directional.
Oh yeah.
So you don't really get a huge cone or diffusion from it, but you definitely get whatever you're pointing at, you can see.
Doesn't sound ominous at all.
So it actually really limits the field of vision. It is going to be 2 red and 2 setback. Actually, 3 setback.
3 setback, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I can't get rid of darkness-related things.
Darkness will be 2 setback.
Okay. Oh, go for it.
Oh, I can't put my scatter goggles on, can I? Because I'm in a suit. Oh, man. Never mind.
I was gonna say, can we argue for a boost that because we have Hookman here, we're looking in very specific areas, like where he thinks these hyperdrive engines we're looking for should be.
All right. Right now you're going through the corridors and having to force open doors and that sort of thing. You haven't quite made it to the engineering section yet.
Okay, we're on this.
You're in the halls.
Never mind. Let's roll. Let's see.
Let's do it.
This is so bad.
Oh my.
Yeah, let's burn these out early.
Yeah. So I have 4 threats.
And I have a fail and an advantage.
Hey, someone actually got an advantage.
Uh-huh.
Woo.
Could my advantage be that I let the captain go up front? What am I doing in the front? What am I doing up here? No.
I mean, we could go with that, though I'd be...
Can I recover a strain then?
I mean, yes, you can go with recovering a strain.
Because I do have some.
Would someone mind doing a 2 green perception for the group on the ship?
Sure. Green, green, purple, purple. Actually, wait, no. Joy should get to do that.
Well, it's also red, red. And
It's red.
Oh, the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Does Joy still want to do that?
this one's for Hookman.
Oh, for Hookman, what is his?
2 green is his perception.
2 green, red, and purple?
Oh, wait, he gets 2 boosts also because he's close to the captain.
2 boosts, 2 red, and 3 setback.
2 red and 3 setback.
I'm going to give him another boost, so actually 3.
So green, green, boost, red, red, setback.
Correct.
Come on, Hookman. Oh, my.
Oh.
Failure and 2 advantages.
We're not doing great.
So now we know that dice doesn't like us. D1C3 doesn't like us.
I mean, that's sort of a given, but
He should like us.
yeah, D1 is definitely getting those wild rolls out early. Okay, the way that this is going to play out, being on the destroyer, you hear clanking. You do hear as if a droid's moving. It's very muffled, but you're also not really sure how, on account of you're in suits, there's no air. How are you hearing it? Since you're not really able to give a direction, you know that something is out there, is something droid-like, but you're not sure where. And it's like a clang, 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 getting louder, and then clang, clanging, and getting quieter. And then, like, there's a leap of clink, and then nothing.
Did you feel that, Captain?
I have no idea what I just felt.
Stay close, Hookman. We want to make sure we're in tight formation.
Oi. And you can see Hookman has a rifle out now.
Yeah, good call. Well, do we go... I mean, the engines are in the back, most likely, but I don't know what corridors we need to open. You have any idea, Captain?
I think I have the smartest idea I've had all day. Norin!
Hi, Captain.
So, you can see through L1's eyes, correct?
I can see through L1's photoreceptors, yes.
Which means, if you can you trace where he is on this ship and can you help us find our way to the engine? Because, I'm not gonna lie, I think we're lost.
I mean, what kind of ship is that one exactly?
Is that from here for them?
I mean, that was an in-character question, but also, yes. What kind
Fair
of ship
enough.
is that exactly?
It's a Federalist Separatists.
Yeah, but what model? I'm not going to be able to get you accurate blueprints to track you through without knowing what kind of model what model of ship it is.
I don't know, big Hookman?
This one here is a recusant light destroyer. They're nasty in a fight. They have the annoying habit of punching through pretty much anything. They've got these long, pretty much from where it broke forward is a couple guns just pointed forward, and if you see it coming at your ventilator, you just start going for the escape pods.
All right. So I am going to do a quick holo search for the recusant light destroyer, see if there's any like blueprints or like floor models I can find of that ship, and then the Codfather has scans, right?
Yep.
Okay, so find those blueprints and run a scan of the ship that my crew members are on, and then I can sort of like compare the two to try and build an accurate map to guide everybody through.
You're so cool, Norin.
Sounds like a computer's check?
That would be more of a knowledge Technically, it'd be a knowledge warfare, but knowledge lore, knowledge history, education also works. There's a few of the knowledges.
And of course, I have knowledge warfare.
I do too. That's
This is the only character I think I've ever made that's had knowledge warfare.
For deck plans and that sort of stuff, historically, it's that.
We could do knowledge education.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally here for that. But the only knowledge I would give super high difficulty for would be xenology. But beyond that, yeah, sure. Okay, so for difficulty on that, I'm going to use a destiny point and make it a 1 red, 1 purple, and 1 setback.
Well, you can take your setback back. Because I have researcher.
That's fair.
You type so fast now. Doesn't it also reduce research time?
Yeah, it can also reduce research time. And if I need to, I can re-roll this check. So.
I mean, with the way D1's being.
Right. I don't think we've passed
all
a
right, so we
single
got
check.
yellow, 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 green, red, purple.
That sounds about right from my end.
I'm still bad about arguing for boosts. Boop.
Yes!
6 successes and a threat.
You found them all!
Yeah, you are able to bring up a schematic for it. Since you're able to find a listing under the Horge Castle drive yards listing for this ship type, you are able to find the general layout of them. You aren't able to find this one's exact serial number, but according to the notes that are in there from ISR, they're virtually identical. These things were droid built, and they were just almost stamped out. Like, they were pretty much done like droids. Taking a look at the entry point, you've been able to map out. You've got a decent idea that, based on what you're seeing from L185's hollows, that the crew is in the main spine corridor, and it's a pretty much straight shot through the bulkheads to main engineering, and the hyperdrive should be, you'll get to the engineering, there'll be a guardrail that then goes into catwalks around the hyperdrive, thinking very much of end of Rebel Season 1. You're able to pull up almost an exact schematic of it.
All right, Captain. Where exactly is it that you're trying to go? Again? I don't remember.
The
Are we
engine
trying to
room.
get a hyperdrive?
Yes. So wherever
There
they
we
keep
go.
the hyperdrive, that room.
Okay. Looks like you're going to want to... There's going to be a lift, like 500 clicks up ahead of you. You're going to want to go down that lift for about 4 levels. And then go up a hallway for 30, and then to the left, down another lift, and you should be in the engine room.
Thank you, Norn.
Is there a med bay on the way? Or like some sort of like equipment closet maybe? Asking for a friend.
Looks like the med bay is going to be, instead of taking that lift down to the engine room, on the level that you'll be after the first lift, you're going to want to go to the right instead of the left.
Oh my god. You got it, Captain?
Captain's right there. Like, don't worry. I keep notes.
Hey, any word on Kedra yet? Is she woken up? Like, was she awake? She wasn't awake when we left, right? She was still unconscious.
Correct.
If she's woken up, she's not come to tell me about it.
Might want to send Ozzy to check on her.
Is
Check the
Ozzy
med
still
bay.
in the room?
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
turn
yes.
to look at Ozzy, like, you want to go check on our friend?
Just uncomfortable with our gunner unconscious.
Oh, yeah, I will see if I can find her. Sure.
Thank you. As I turn back to the screens and take a slurp of the broth out of the bowl.
Roll for soup.
Wait, real quick, do you slurp on mic in character?
No. That was super rude and inconsiderate.
Okay.
This dangerously narrow corridor that connects the engines to the rest of the ship.
I mean, what could go wrong?
Don't say those words.
Well, look, this is
Have
what
you
could go
learned
wrong.
nothing
No,
from...
it's all right. It already went wrong. Look at this ship.
Thank you.
Can't get much wronger.
No, I have a way. That engine being destroyed, that can get wronger.
I mean, there's so many ships, though. We can probably find another one. I suggested going to the one that didn't have my knocks on it, but that's just me.
I despise you both.
Oh, I thought we were friends.
It's Midget Norin.
Some of the time.
You find this entertaining.
Maybe you're hangry. Maybe you should get something to eat.
This time I slurp on mic.
Oh, good. You have something to eat. Excellent.
I'm gonna make my way into where Norn is, bypassing, but kind of passing without them realizing that I passed them, the other person.
Aziz.
Yeah, Aziz. So they went right into the medbay as I passed by, so their back was turned, and so then I make my way over to where Norn is, and I come up behind her. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?"
That really does sound like a vigilance versus stealth.
Stealth. What is her vigilance?
Well, I'd actually get Norn to roll vigilance and
Okay.
Keisha to roll just straight, no difficulty stealth.
Stealth.
You can do it. You can do it. Yes!
Oh, no.
Yes! I am safe!
Three success, 2 advantage, and a triumph.
A success and an advantage. Which, the dice tells a story, and the dice is telling the correct story, because Norin
Yes.
jumps about 3 feet in the air.
While slurping on soup.
Do we want to rule that the soup is spilt on Norin or on the dash?
It's all over. Both.
She didn't get a triumph.
Wait, I need to ask, was this on Isasel's console or on Norin's console?
Okay, that's a good question.
Are they equal?
Equal amount of control, yeah. It's just that Isasel's is lifted up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so she feels slightly important.
It's on Norin's.
Damn it.
There's one that's very obviously the captain's chair that's in behind everyone, looking out over in that all-important bridge configuration.
I keep trying to ping it like it's on roll 20.
Yeah. And looking at that, there's actually a very easy way for Azia and Kedra to miss each other. There's 2 ways into and out of the bridge.
It's true.
So yes, now we have soup all over everything. I'm going with mostly the console, but yeah, everything.
Well, sorry, you're supposed to eat the soup, not spill the soup? What's going on?
Oh, sounds like there was an accident.
Yeah. Norton, you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you look like you might be a little wet? I'm sorry.
Why don't Norin presses a button and transfers all of the schematics and the information and everything from their console to the captain's console. Why don't you go sit over there and keep an eye on all of that while I go get a mop and a change of clothes.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
You're
Be
fine.
careful in the med bay, though. There is a wicked draft.
Good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. I got all of my clothes back, though. I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened that made me go to med bay? 1 minute I'm flying Roshin, the next minute I'm in med bay. I don't know.
Do I know what happened? I don't remember.
I mean, whatever was happened was shenified. So
Yeah, I believe she was cooking more meat in the kitchen, right? In the galley,
Yeah,
'Cause-
I had gone to cook some meat, yeah.
because we needed more meat. And yeah, and I think that's when Shin like pulled us out of hyperspace hard or something.
yeah, it was a bad exit from hyperspace.
I don't know. Shen did something with the ship that,
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
like, there was a TIE fighter wing, like, embedded in the side of the Codfather.
Oh, when did I shot?
I don't know.
I remember shooting a whole bunch of them, and I shot them very well. I shot them in the
Just
middle
standing
gunnery,
there
and
drenched
they
in
all
soup.
died. I shot them. It was glorious.
Excellent job, Gunner.
You should go change. You look a little wet.
I'll be right back.
I go and sit in the captain's chair. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, now I know why is this so like this is very nice. Oh, that's where Shen's built. Shen's built something out there. Oh, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna look for a rag and put it over it. There, nobody knows. No, nobody will know.
Hey, Kedra, your mic is on.
Oh. Hi.
Yeah. Where are we going?
Oh, so it looks like you are here, and you want to go there. Okay?
Is she just pointing at her screen?
Yeah, I
Captain.
am. She is. She put her finger where you guys are to where you need to go.
Captain.
Just keep walking forward, just as
Oh.
the direction said.
Yes, go straight, and then you want to turn up there. That's a little too far.
2 directions. Oh.
Yeah, you want to turn right.
We turn left. It goes left.
All right.
You're very good at taking directions.
You know what the... Gidra, it's good. Funny you should ask. I had to go across the whole galaxy. You get very good at taking directions.
Oh.
Question.
Answer.
Just out of curiosity, has L185's sensors been programmed into the holomap as well? I'm assuming it would essentially be a holomap of the blueprints and then like little dots for where the people are. So there'd be the 4 big ones. And
I would say have a destiny point for a yes, but I got 6 successes before. So I feel like that should just be a yes.
I was not even gonna. Yes, I will totally go with that. Okay. You're right. The 6 successes absolutely negates the need for a destiny point, but I was also, maybe y'all didn't want to do it that way. Just had what was in my head. I didn't want to go with me. Assume that was in everyone else's. Plus, then we get the description.
Yeah. That's a good call. No. That's a very good
Always
idea,
better
and
to
I'm
ask.
glad that you gave it to me.
Yeah, because we had probably wouldn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
On account of, then I can do this. And have a fuzzy dot. Like, each of the dots, you've got the 3 normal-sized dots, you've got the big dot that seems to be in the center of the map, which is L185, and you got the tiny little pit droids, which I think 2 are over there.
Yeah.
And 2 are on the Codfather. And then all of a sudden there's a faint orange dot that quickly goes in behind the big dot. I don't know what colors you actually want to have. There's a small orange one that is kind of faint and just quickly dashes from side to side. That would not be seen by anyone else, but it does seem to have been picked up by L185 sensors.
There's a dot that's now added to you guys. Maybe you have company?
What do you mean dot? What?
Oh, there's another dot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's more dots. Yeah. See? It's behind you. It's darting around really
What?
fast.
Shin turns around really
Yeah.
quick.
You not see it?
I can't see anything. It's so dark.
Do you have flashlights? I mean, you have glow stick?
Oh, do I have a glow stick?
Okay,
I don't think so.
I'm assuming everyone has a glow stick. Okay, the way I've come to understand glow sticks is they've got two modes. One, you've either got the flashlight mode, where they're like a super powerful mag light, or you turn them, and then they turn into like a camping light.
Like a lantern. Okay.
A lantern, yeah.
Okay,
We'll go with a
okay.
lantern.
But like a more diffuse,
Yeah, like a very diffuse...
short range.
Yeah. You get like a generic light around you or directional light.
All right. Well, then as Shin whips around, his hand goes up next to his face, and the flashlight drops into lantern mode next to his face. Like, ah!
And then, does Isazel also turn around?
She tries to calmly turn around.
First, can I get someone to roll a 2 purple, 1 setback discipline roll for Hookman?
Sure.
I gotta tell you what his skill is. 2 yellows and a green. Silly me.
I mean, silly me for just missing
No.
half of that. 2 yellows and a green, you said?
Yeah, 2 yellows and a green.
I was like, wait a minute, something looks wrong. Oh, well, I thought they were all blank for a second. I was like, oh no.
So that's 3 advantages.
Let me set the scene, then we can figure out what his failure and 3 advantages actually works out to. Because they're standing just behind L185, who then does a very stompy move off to the side so everyone can see and gets clear, is this fellow.
Uh-oh.
Mustache and all.
Mustache. Wait,
And
there's
a
a
monocle?
mustache and a monocle.
Yes, there is. Is that a gunblade?
For our listeners who are listening, not seeing. So there is a caped BX battle droid that has on the front of their snout a mustache, is wearing a monocle, this is actually the normal BX sword, but it really does look like a gunblade, and one of the E5 blasters. And has this ragged, I'm guessing it used to be a tarp at some point, but a cape. So standing there just sort of shocked, you have this BX battle droid who is armed, not shooting, and the gun is pointed at the ceiling. So how is the failure with 3 advantage working out for Hookman? Is he shooting but it was on stun? Like, that's where I'm going, but I'm much more interested in your ideas.
That's a good question.
Because I'm sort of figuring old Clone War reflexes happen.
Not sure.
What about disarming shots or something?
Ooh.
One of his weapons disarms. Or, like, drops.
Yeah, I like that.
There's also him firing as a warning shot.
That also works. Ooh. Okay, let's combine 2 of those on account of... Let's go with Hookman misses, hits the blaster rifle, knocking it out of his hands, not actually destroying it, just disarming him that way, and then Hookman treats it like he was intending to disarm, as opposed to missing.
Meant to do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, corrupt. Meant to do that. You're lucky, droid. What do you mean, lucky?
What is going on?
Why have you brought clones onto here? Takes a sword and puts it into a dueling pose.
Isacel tries to stand in front of the crew, in between the crew and this droid, just like, what? We didn't come here looking for fights.
Shen pulls out his combat utility vibroblade.
Shed, please, okay.
He started it.
Well, technically, we kind of did.
Why?
Droid, do you have a name? Because I don't want to keep calling you Droid. That seems highly offensive.
'Tis much appreciated. And as that happens, the mustache moves.
Like he's...
It's got
his
2
nose.
halves, and they go down and up again. Yes. My designation is JN-35. What is your designation?
My designation is Captain Isacel. I mean, Captain On, if you want to be respectful, but it always sounds kind of weird.
I'm the medic, and this is L1. Pat's L1. Say hello, L1.
Hello. Right. So I see. And you have a clone with you.
We have a crewmate with us.
But yes, you have the captain there too.
Whoa. No, this is Hokeman. I see no clone. He's not wearing his clone armor, is he? He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind. Never mind. I was like, you don't see a clone armor, but you do. You do see clone armor. Okay.
They tried shoving him into Stormtrooper armor. That was one of the last straws.
Pretty sure the war is over. Captain, I'm not crazy, right?
No, the war is over, and, well, let me just put it this way. From what I've read and seen, both sides lost.
I mean, who wins in war, Captain?
This is also true. But, I'm sorry, did Bree walk into your home and not know about that? Do you live here?
Just passing by.
Yes, I do reside here. I've been able to come to a understanding with the pesky flyers, but you have upset this. And now I fear their retribution. And he starts looking around nervously.
Oh, yeah, those would be kind of a problem for you. Quick question for you. Do you choose to live here, or did you kind of get stuck living here?
Little of A, little of B.
Oh, okay.
The cult did not like my ideas.
Did you say cult?
What?
Wait, this was the first. And then just sort of face palms with his free hand. Yes, the cult. The cult of the fallen Hark. This is my exile from them.
So, I'm going to just send a communication to my crewmates that's on the ship outside, just because I feel like keeping an eye out for a cult, probably a good idea. Are you okay with that?
Yes, though transmission should be reserved for sensitive information. Too much broadcasting will bring our winged friends back.
So, just as a question, consistently broadcasting a video feed from another droid, would that be too much broadcasting?
And then just sort of, that does almost literally rock him back. Like, stands up a little straighter, and at that point, the monocle flies off. Yes. Thankfully, it's on a cord that's attached to his main torso. He reaches down, puts it back on. Yes.
Diesel turns to L1, looks directly at his photo receptor, is like, L1, make sure this is gonna be the last thing that goes to Norton. Turn off your feed. There is a cult. We'll contact Norton when we need to. Just cut the feed. Cut the feed. Okay. That's taken care of, but we probably don't have a lot of time all of a sudden. I look for the droid. So, can I call you Jones?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay, thank you for being so understanding with your name, Jones. Okay, so we are looking for a hyperdrive in order to put it on a ship so that a group of colonists can go and, start a new life. Because, well, looks over at Hookman. What came after the Republic? It's not so nice. We can give you a ride off of here if you'd like. Anywhere you want.
So, you're in essentially zero G at the moment. The gravity plating's turned off with all the lights and the doors and that. He's still got the sword in a dueling pose where he's ready to start a fight, then raises one of his clawed fingers, because they've got the two fingers and the thumb, essentially, for claws, graspies, whatever. and then just leaves it there, hanging there in the 0G. Turns his hand around and grasps it in a reverse grip, and then brings it up to the base of his very small chin, and goes, Yes, that does sound acceptable. Are you knowing of the way? This does seem... What else are you wanting beyond the hyperdrive? It might not be salvageable. It's not something that I've had much look at. I've mostly been trying to keep one of the engines going so that the Minox stayed in that area.
Pharmaceuticals?
I might be able to find some. They would be kind of on the way. Let us go this way. Onward! And he holds up the sword and points.
Isacel just starts following.
Okay, Captain. Following. His utility combat knife is still out. Combat utility knife?
Hmm.
But it's down by his side. He's just like, it's just like hanging down on my side. It's on.
5 will reach down and grab the E5, clicking it onto his back holster, and then just keeps walking, with the sword pointed in the direction that he's going, leading you to engineering, where you find the engineering space is in roughly the same condition as the rest of the ship. Like, this ship was very obviously in a battle, and they definitely seem to be firing very heavily at the engineering section. It does look like the hyperdrive, it might be salvageable. It's kind of hard to say on account of, like, big void, very dark, and the hyperdrive on these larger ships has a lot of empty space around them so that you can get at it, and weird dimensional distortions don't touch the rest of the ship that much, because hyperdrives are weird.
Yeah.
Isacel starts looking around this engine, just like kind of like floating around it, just like, okay, we have a chance. So, Hookman L1, we're gonna take care, see what we can find out this engine, see if it's salvageable. Shen, you go at Jones to see what kind of medical supplies you can find while we do this.
Let's just not mention it to Norin, though.
What is with you and Norin and you know
Listen,
what?
they have their drugs, and I have my drugs, and I keep them. You know, these don't need to be on the books, per se. I wouldn't want Norin to worry about, off-the-books pharmaceuticals.
You know what? I'm gonna pretend that my comm's cut off there, and she starts working on the engine.
Was that, Captain? Oh, I think I lost you. Bye.
Right.
You think these pharmaceuticals are any good still? You know what? I'm sure some of them are something.
From Shen, I want to get a 1 red, 2 purple medicine check off of Shen. And we'll go with successful is the amount of drugs. We'll deal with triumphs when we burn that bridge.
You said 1 red, 1 purple?
Yep. 1 red, 1 purple.
2 advantage. Great.
So I'm going with like 2 stim packs.
I guess that's 2 more stim packs than I had.
Let's go with Isazel's look at the hyperdrive.
What is the difficulty? I'm guessing, am I rolling a mechanics check?
Yeah. I can't really come up with a better one for this. It seems like a mechanics thing. I mean, I'm only going to get ideas from you, but yeah, mechanics is one that makes sense to me.
It's also one of my best ones, so if I could go towards mechanics, I'm going to mechanics.
I mean, it seems like a mechanics thing. Why wouldn't we do mechanics? Whatever. This is going to be a 2 red, 1 purple, 1 setback kind of a check.
Sweet. Also, since I got, I got my Hookman and I got my L1, would I be able to argue for some boost with them? Oh no, boost for them for helping me go through it, check it out.
Yeah, I'll totally go with 2 boosts. Like 1 for Hookman, 1 for the droids.
All right, and someone burned one of those destiny points for me because I'm upgrading the 1 green I have to yellow. We're just going.
Waiting
all
for
out.
someone to notice. Oh look, I've been using all of my points.
Oh yeah, I have that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
And that's without even doing the mean one.
Here, I got you.
All right, and let's roll this mechanics.
Nice.
Whoa!
Yes, 4 successes, 1 failure?
Threat.
That's a threat.
Threat. And then 1 triumph.
Woo!
Nice.
All right, so that one actually does look like it's salvageable.
All right, I have an idea for the triumph. If you'll roll with this.
Yes.
So. So you know how in Return of the Jedi there was still still a giant hole in the side of the Death Star, and that's how they flew in. And we're currently in a busted up, ship. What are the chances that there are giant holes? We'll have to pilot our way through, but there's like a way of getting out to space because it is a pretty big room. It probably took some damage. I mean, if a talented pilot with rocket boots was here, they might be able to get through.
I see what you're saying, and yeah, I can go with that for a triumph. I can totally go with that for a triumph.
Those boots were made for kicking.
And that's what they're going to do.
The droid is just going to look at Hookman and, like, raise her hands like, what the heck? And Hookman's just going to shrug.
Don't worry, you'll get that later. And then after that, I'm just going to wait for Shen to come back with the stim packs. With a good nose.
Hey, Captain. Fruitful search. I got some stim packs.
Fruitful search for us as well. We found an engine that works. And with those successes, would you count that at, like, that was taking it out part of that roll? Or should we make a separate roll for that?
I figured that that's going to be a separate roll.
All right,
Like,
cool.
this was inspecting it, making sure that, yeah, it's going to work. Will you be able to take it apart? That sort of stuff.
We're not wasting our time.
The threat, I'm going to go with... Actually, the threat and the triumph really work well together, that there's a giant hole in the side.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can see that a lot of the cabling has been gnawed on it. Like, it has very little insulation on it at this point. It's like winged creatures have come around and tried to eat all of it. And then nom on the power.
Yeah, almost.
Zappy knobs. Super spicy.
I'm using a destiny point to have it happen, assuming I don't break D1. And it's at this point where you get on the Codfather. Captain On, it's what was his name?
Yep.
It's Jigs. We seem to have a small problem. There's a flock that seems to have found us. We're trying to evade, but they're a lot faster and smaller than we are.
You just hear Nakam just aside, just like, don't worry. I have a plan. Looks at everyone in this room with me. You're not going to like it.
Release the Kraken, Captain. Keeter's been waiting for this.
True. Very true.
What could go wrong?
What could go right?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Heroes of the Hydian Way. You can find show updates at linktree/The Hydian Way, and you can find me, Ben, on most of the socials at Deuterium Ice.
You can find me, Joy, on the Other Place podcast season 2 as Tulana, and live on twitch.tv at Joyfully Me 2, playing a variety of games.
You can find me, Erica Goodwitch, on a multitude of FFG-based podcasts as detailed on my linktree/Erica Goodwitch.
You can find me, Zach, at Linktree Tales of the Outer Rim on our show, and you can also catch me on a season of Tales from the Grey Library.
And you can find me, Henry, everywhere as @SimDisorder with one Y and one I in that order.
And we are all at thehydianway.com, where you can find previous episodes and previous seasons.
You can find more episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Plus, you can help us out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing.
You can holocom us at heroes@thehydianway.com, and you can find merch at tpublic.com/user/thehydianway.
If you like what we do and want to support the show, you can find us at patreon.com/thehidingway.
Or you can send a team some calf at kofi.com/thehidingway.
Uh,
It
That
looked
was
cool
last
though, right?
adventure. Or was it?
what's that?
No, it wasn't. That
our-
was this adventure.
Yeah, that was the last time, our episode 8. I have it written down, pushed, rocket booted. Like,
All right.
ouch. On ship. Acting a little...
Exclamation!
doesn't work.
Exclamation!
Oh, yeah.
Exclamation!
Yes, you're yelling at R.
Roll, D1. That's why he doesn't like us. D1 is like, stop yelling at me.
Norn, we need snacks.
What?
We need snacks. This is Ellen, and she needs snacks.
You know, that's a wonderful idea. How about I take over here while you go get some snacks ready for them?
No, they
She
want
says-
you to bring snacks.